Allie with the Potomac Bead Company, and I'm going to show you today a little gift set that I am making for a friend that likes the traditional look but also kind of that bohemian look. I'm excited because I get to use these new beads of ours. These are called the BowTrio bead, and they are a 3-hole metal bead. So the BowTrio itself, when you're looking at it, has 3 holes, and it's kind of bowed in like a bow shape. And it is 18 by 4 millimeter. I have this silver right here, that silver plated color that I'll be using, that I used in my necklace, and I'll be using in the earrings to show you. If you would like to purchase any of the BowTrios from us, below the video, there is a date stamp that says when the video was produced. Below that, there's a little show more button or a down arrow. If you click on that, you'll get links to all of the different products that are used in these earrings to make these kind of fun boho chic bow earrings. So I'm calling these the bow earrings since they are using the bow beads. They're also using a large hole pearl as well as some matubo beads. So for the bow bead, you need 2 per earring if you want to follow along. For the necklace, I also use 2, so I'm using a total of 6 in the design. For the earrings, you will also need ear wires, and these are just the lever back ear wires. And then also a jump ring, so 2 jump rings. These are a 20 gauge jump ring. You need something that thick in order to put it through your seed bead. If you're looking to work with the cording that I have to make these fun bow earrings, I'm using the knotted cord in the Chinese knotting cord style, and this is 0.8 millimeter in the knotting cord. It's also what I used for the necklace, and then on the necklace I hung down just a couple little charms and some tassels. So this is the dancing elephant tassel, and then that's the pewter leaf pendant, and just to kind of show you there, that pewter leaf pendant, and then still with the large hole pearls. So I have the bow beads, I have my ear wires and my jump ring, and then also the beads that I'm using. So the beads that I'm using are 8/0 and 6/0 seed beads in the Matubo brand, which is a Czech brand. They're nice because they have nice large holes. I also have some super new glue sitting here, my pair of scissors, a needle nose pliers, and my thread zap. All of these things I'll be using to do this simple pair of earrings. To get started with the earrings, I'm actually going to take the Chinese knotting cord, and the first thing you're going to do is take your super glue and glue down the edges. You're basically going to paint the super glue on, and what that's going to do is create a stiff end here rather than the nice flexible cording. The stiff end is going to allow you to easier get through your bow beads as well as your seed beads. To begin, I'm going to begin at the top of the earring, adding on my Aztec Gold 6/0 seed bead, and then that turquoise matte on either side of the bead. So the pattern you can put on if you want to is the turquoise, gold, turquoise. Let that drop down to the bottom of a 10-inch piece of cording. From here, I'm going to add the bow beads. So the bow beads I'm going to face in towards one another. I'm going to begin by going through 1 hole of the bow bead, starting on the interior and working towards the exterior. My other bow bead, I'm going to go in the opposite way, so that way when I pull them, they're going to face one another. Push those beads down to the middle of the cording and make sure that your bow beads are facing in towards one another. So I somehow managed to flip mine, but I'm going to flip it over and then make sure that they're facing the same direction. From here, you're going to take your knotted cord and we're going to work basically backwards. So we're working from the top of the earring down to the bottom. With our cording then, we're going to go from the first hole of the BowTrio to the middle hole, taking my cording and bringing it out in the middle. This is going to expose that cording on the outer edge. The piece on the left then will do the same thing, going towards the inside of the earring. On the interior then, I'm going to take my pearl, go through one way with my cording, and then my other piece of cording will go through the opposite direction. And this is a 9 millimeter large hole pearl. Give a nice tight pull, and you can see that pulls that cording to the sides, that it looks almost like a harp pulling the sides in. And then with the cording, I'm going to go back through that center hole of the round trio. The cording that's on the right went to the left and is going to go through the pearl and then out. So they're crisscrossing through the pearl, and also you're going to have 2 strands coming out the side of the bow bead. The thread is going to exit then that central hole of the bow bead and give a nice tight pull. So you can see that's going to be the top of the earring. To do the bottom of the earring then, very simple. The cording goes through the bottom hole, coming out towards the middle on either end. So it's almost looping through. So you're starting here, crisscrossing through, pulling them out, and looping in the bottom. Once you do that and you have it pulled nice and tight, and you're going to take another 8/0 Potomac bead and put one on each side of your thread. So one on that side of cording and one on this side of cording. From here then, gathering them together, you're going to hold the cord pieces together, grab your 6/0 seed bead, or you can grab another large hole pearl if you want, or you could even add a tassel to the actual earrings. I went back and forth whether or not to add a tassel to the actual bottom of the earrings as well, so that's another little look that you can do. Put that bead over both the ends of the cording, going through both pieces of that Chinese knotting cording and pushing up so that your seed beads sit nicely. Once you have them sitting nicely, then you're just going to take the end of your cord, doubling it over, you're going to do a double knot. Give a nice tight pull and make sure that knot ends right next to your beads. From there, you're going to determine the length that you want this cording to hang. And I just have mine hanging about 1/8 of an inch. I'm cutting it down. So the ends of the cording do not fray, like you can see is starting to happen already. I'm going to go in with my thread zap or my thread burner and actually burn down the ends of the thread. You can see it makes them just kind of nice and flush and keeps them from fraying. Once I have the end of that little boho chic bow earring, the bow earring, I'm going to push the 6/0 seed bead up towards the top, grab my jump ring. Using the pliers, you're going to open the jump ring to the side rather than pulling back. Push up that extra seed bead, take that jump ring, push it through, and push the jump ring back so that it is flush. If you have a traditional pair of French wires, you would open those up and attach them now. Or in this case, with these interchangeable levers, it's really easy. You're just going to go in, put it on, and let it drop down onto the lever back earring. From here, it's fun because these little boho chic bow earrings are done. And if you want to, you can even take this same design and make it into a necklace, starting here with the 2 pieces and going down, coming around, and coming back up. Also, I ran cording down the middle to add the little charms and the seed beads and everything on to make a nice set. So I've been working a lot with the Chinese knotting cord because the bow beads have a nice large hole, which is allowing me to play around with them and use them both in actual threading as well as with some of this leather cording or knotted cording, and to make very boho chic style jewelry. So I'm really excited to bring these bow earrings to you and work with the bow bead itself and kind of see what can do from there. So I know this was a just little short tutorial to show you an idea and a design idea and to play around with some of the beads while creating presents that I am giving and handing off to others. As always, if you want to, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel to get regular updates on different design ideas and new products like the bow bead, as well as tons of patterned ideas and all kinds of different things going on in the beading world. You can also shop with me online at PotomacBeads.com. Back at the beginning of the video, again, to that drop-down menu also, you can pick up some of these different items. You can also stay connected with me on Facebook and Instagram, as well as join our Facebook group for beading and jewelry making. There, it's a wonderful interactive group. You can show off your designs, show off your new things that you're making, ask for advice and opinions, and really it's just a plethora of knowledge and wonderful people to interact with. As always, thanks for watching this fun little tutorial on these Bohemian bow earrings, and have fun creating if you get to play around with all of these different materials. Thanks so much for watching.